Over the past week, I had a conversation with somebody that's very near and dear to me. I'm not going to name any names, but it was really on the subject of choice, right? Just making a choice. And the fascinating thing about the entire theme was really the fabric of choice and decision making, right? And, the things that stop us from making a choice, things like comfort and familiarity, right? If you choose this instead of that, then you're sacrificing that. And depending on how important to you this is, it's going to be, I guess, more challenging, more difficult to make this decision, right? Or to make the decision that gives you this in general, right? But this really goes on par with a video that I made not too long ago that was talking about being comfortable being unhappy. And that universe is just such a fascinating universe to explore because throughout my entire life, I've found myself in many different times very unhappy, actually, but comfortable, right? And so, what is it really that I'm afraid of at that point? I used to believe that it was the unknown, right? I used to believe that this whole matter of stepping into the unknown was what it was that I was scared of. But then when I really examined everything, I realized that it's actually not the unknown that I'm scared of. It's what I think is inside of the unknown. Sorry, I had an itch. And, with that, it's like, well, then is choice actually difficult? Is it actually, I mean, don't get me wrong, red versus blue. Go ahead, try both. Try this one, then try that one, right? And the other thing too. Let me just let me just make this very clear because I think that this needs to be understood. If you only have the chance to choose one or the other, that's fucked up. And life is not that way. Life is about both and, right? Like, if you are told that you can only choose either red or blue, the fucking ultimatums, the fucking this or that, the black or white thinking, no. That shit is bullshit and unhealthy. Um, Avoid that shit at all costs. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm really not. It's just that the fucking ultimatums, the if you go left then you can never go right. No. We live in a world of both and. A majority of the way that so many people think is very fucked up and distorted with black or white, all or nothing, extreme thinking, right? Somebody's either all good or they're all bad. It's just not accurate. It's a fucking lie, right? So I just wanted to make it clear that if somebody gives you a choice but it can only be one or the other, no, don't make a choice, just leave because that's not healthy. But on the subject of choice and difficulty, right? Oh, by the way, I want to explore one other thing before I kind of go into the other part of this fabric of what I want to talk about. If everybody in your environment is reinforcing the utmost fucking obscene gravity of the decision that you could be making, I'm gonna make this very clear. Life is really not that extreme. It really isn't, right? And so if you are exceedingly stressed about a decision or about a choice that you feel like you need to make, right? If you are just overly upset about everything, right? And you're just overthinking it, you're overanalyzing it, you're worrying about it, you're fucking losing sleep over it, right? There's more to look at there than the actual choice, and that's everything in your environment, meaning the people that are reinforcing the senseless and needless, overly heavy gravity of the situation, right? I mean, if you are told that you have one of two choices, right? You can either go right or you can go left, right? You go right, and then you're like, oh wait, this isn't it for me, right? You're most definitely allowed to go fucking left, right? But that's the thing, is that there might be multiple people, like either one or multiple people in your environment reinforcing the fucking gravity and the severity of the situation. And I mean, I'm gonna just paint it as clearly as I possibly fucking can. It's really not that serious. And if they're painting it out to be that fucking serious, as if, oh my god, if you do that, you cannot go. No, you can go back. You can go back. Fuck those people and you can go back. Seriously. Again, this is the all or nothing. You have to go all in on it, or, you know, go big or go home. No. What the fuck are we doing here? It's a great way to fuck yourself up real bad. And so, like, when it comes to choice, right, I think that the only time that it's really difficult to make a choice is if people are making you feel like the choice is the fucking end-all, be-all, end-of-the-world situation, right? Like, I mean, let's just look at choice for what it is, right? Choice, right? If you have two or more options, right? Let's say in this case, to make it simple, two, right? You could go left, or sorry, yeah, I guess that is left, isn't it? Because, whatever. I'll just say it this way. You can go right, or you can go left, right? I mean, doesn't it make sense that if you try going right, and right just doesn't work out for you, then you should be allowed to go left? Yeah, right? But if there are people in your environment telling you that you can only choose one and you can only choose once, right? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Because, I mean, the fact of the matter is that, like, it just doesn't work that way. Like here I am sitting with the fucking absurdity of the situation, trying to, you know, place my mind inside of a mode of, like, black or white, all or nothing extreme thinking. And it's like the severity, the fucking gravity of every single situation of decision making where, like, you know, all or nothing, like, no. One, obviously that's not healthy, but, like, it's like, no, any individual should be able to try going right, and if right doesn't work out for them, then left is available, right? But people actually lead you to believe that you are going to lose something, or you're going to lose them if you choose, like, actually, sometimes some people actually manipulate you to believe that you don't even have the ability to try going right to see if that works out for you. Yeah, that's called manipulation. It's unhealthy, of course. So your only option is to go left. Oh, and it's a really wonderful, just kidding, total sarcasm. It's a wonderful thing when two different people in your life will leave you if you don't choose right or you don't choose left. One of them wants you to go right, one of them wants you to go left, right? Now, again, the reason why I was prefacing this with the whole matter of all or nothing, black or white thinking, you can only go right, and if right doesn't work out for you, you're totally fucking fucked. You don't get to look back and try left, right? Is because when it comes to decision making, there are actually a lot of people that deal with people like this who, you know, pretty much fucking hold them hostage and take their expanded scope of fucking reality and reduce it to fucking nothingness. And that's real for many people. So that is one way in which it could actually be challenging to make a decision, right? And of course, there are multiple reasons as to why it would be challenging for somebody to make a decision, to make a choice, why it would actually be difficult. I'm also going to say this, because I've experienced this multiple fucking times throughout my entire fucking life. This has a lot to do with comfort and familiarity, based on, you know, patterns of the past, what it is that you're used to, what it is that you've lived out and everything. I said this in a video, I think it was a few days ago, but I'll say it again. Once you get out of the overthinking and these incessant worrying about everything, about the choice, about the decision, the gravity, this, that, and the other, what you'll have, what you won't have, you might even come to find that it's actually not a big fucking deal. It really isn't. It's just a choice, just like fucking, you know, I don't know, eating, walking, putting one foot in front of the other. And that's the fascinating thing about this too, you know? Putting one foot in front of the other. What a metaphor to use for choice. It's just choosing to fucking move in a direction. fuck the people that give you the ultimatums. Fuck the people that say if you go right, you can definitely never go left. No, motherfucker. I can choose to go left, and I'll fucking go left and hope that you're in my fucking path so I can walk right the fuck over you. Yeah. No, the manipulation, the narrow-mindedness is fucking bullshit. It really is. But just understanding, turning down the fuck. I'm gonna use a metaphor here because I think this is important. I've also heard Dr. Joe Dispenza talk about this in terms of just changing your life. And one of the most important things for changing your life is turning down the volume on some emotions so that the experience is not so profound so you can actually move in a fucking direction, which is actually so applicable for this as it pertains to choice. Turning down the volume of the perceived severity and the fucking gravity is very necessary because, I mean, like, let's just be real about it. Let's look at it for what it is. Is it really that fucking serious? I mean, if it is, it's probably unhealthy. Choice is not really that fucking serious, especially if the choice is just a matter of fucking preference. And I want to do this, and that means going in that direction, or I want to do that, and that means going in that direction. Can you change your fucking mind? Yeah, you can. Is it healthy to change your fucking mind? Yes, it is. Especially if the decision that you made is not what you actually want and not what you can commit to, because you realized after tasting the fucking after tasting the try that again. You realized after tasting the fucking air, ew. Bleh. Let's go that way, right? You know? Like, sometimes the air just tastes like shit and you need to change the course of wind, right? Just change the sail. Anybody stopping you or prohibiting from doing that, a massive fucking no. A massive fucking peace out. I'm gone, right? A lot of people think that the choice that they're going to make, which feels like the unknown, actually entails a lot of things that fucking terrifies them, which is why they don't choose at all, right? And they just stay fucking stagnated for, fucking eons. But I'm just going to reiterate it, that it's probably not that serious, and it's probably not that big of a deal. And if it does seem serious, if it seems like you're losing something big, either get the people out of your life because it's not healthy, or just re-examine it altogether because the mind has a fucking audacious tendency to make most things in life bigger than they actually are.